This week on Falcon Fever, the guys' soccer team played host to Christian Brothers last week, but were they able to rebound from their first loss of the season?
The ladies have been battling on the field, see if they were able to turn things around following a slow start.
And the women's volleyball team dominates the hardwood at the Coca-Cola Tri-Match, sweeping the competition. See which players led the way. Falcon Fever starts right now.
Of the match. Yeah,
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Falcon Fever. I'm Coleman Sears.
And I'm RJ Severtsgaard. This is where you'll get your fix for Montevallo Falcon highlights and updates. We've got a bunch for you, so let's get right to it.
We'll start things off with men's soccer and their road trip to the University of Alabama Huntsville, where the Chargers upset the Falcons and handed them their first loss of the season. Montevallo's lone goal came from Jackson Tollison off a well-placed corner kick from Tyson Eo in the 53rd minute of the second period. At the end of the night, the Falcons came home with a disappointing loss. The final UAH 3, Montevallo 1. The guys hoped to turn it around as they headed back to Montevallo for their home opener against Christian Brothers. RJ, didn't you head out to the game and film the last one?
That's right, Coleman. I got a chance to go check out the game on Friday afternoon and see what they look like. Unfortunately, the men's team looked good but couldn't pull off the victory. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights. After the Falcons found themselves undefeated early in the season, they have since lost two, with the latest coming from Christian Brothers in a double overtime. Liverpool native Tyson Eo drilled a free kick in the 6th minute to put the Falcons up by 1. Just 15 minutes later, the Bucks tied it up, and then Tony Aloya proved to be a thorn in the side of Brendan Ledgway as he secured his second goal of the game and give the Bucks the win in double OT. Let's hear what Coach had to say.
The ranking is nice, but it's really just kind of a bullseye at this point. Everybody's gunning for us as we get out on the field. We know that we have a long way to go to really earn that kind of ranking. We've got a really young team. We only have, I think, 4 starters returning from last year's championship team. We have a lot of talent, but we're also very, very young, and it's going to take us a few games to kind of grow into it.
Eo's goal is the first of the season for the senior, and with the loss, Falcons fall to 3-2-1 and 0-0-1 in conference play. The double overtime game Friday was a third extra period game of the season and second in double OT.
Well, RJ, coming into last Friday's match, the girls were looking to ride the momentum of their last win.
Now, of course, the girls had the early game of the doubleheader with the guys against the Christian Brothers squad. With the Buccaneers coming to Montevallo undefeated, the ladies geared up to end the streak. Let's head out to Varsity Field to check out the action. Coach Hughes and UM trying to win their second game in a row. Montevallo did well most of the day, outshooting the Bucks 17-6. Here the Falcons showed a little fancy feet, but then the shot heading off target to the right. Coach seemed to be getting a little frustrated with the missed opportunities by the Falcons. Christine Prince then shows some precise passing to sophomore Amy Godfrey, who then sends the one-timer wide right. Senior Kristen Rosado takes this free kick to the head of Veronica Stuckey, who then tries for a goal, but the goalie easily made the stop. I caught up with Stuckey after the game to figure out exactly what it is Coach Hughes is saying to the team at this point in the season.
Just keep our heads up. We're working with a lot of adversity right now, so all we need to do is work on finishing, and we're going to start winning all our games.
All right, you guys have 8. Rough start that you're having in this season.
Got a lot of key players missing, but all we got to do is start working together and actually have the will to win, and we should be fine.
The final, Christian Brothers 1, Montevallo nada, with the Buccaneers scoring the lone goal in the 26th minute. The win also preserves the Bucks' unblemished record, standing at 4-0-2. Still trying to figure things out this season, the ladies took to the field on the road last night against Georgia College. UM had 6 shots on goal but could not score for the second straight game. The scoring opened for the Bobcats in just the 3rd minute, and the Falcons found themselves down 2-0 at halftime. Montevallo never recovered and lost 4-0 in the game. The ladies fall to 2-5 and winless in Peach Belt Conference play. Now with
both the men's and women's team riding losing streaks, they both have chances to turn it around.
And they get to do it in front of a home crowd. The guys and girls have their doubleheader Saturday with North Georgia. Games start at 5 p.m. Then the guys travel to Pensacola to face West Florida on the 27th, while the girls head to Columbus, South Carolina to take on Lenore-Rhine.
The Falcons volleyball team hosted the Coca-Cola Tri-Match this past Saturday, where they faced Alabama Huntsville and PBC opponent Augusta State. The ladies hope to use the home court advantage to jumpstart a win streak after a shaky start to this season. Their first match of the day was a conference opener against Augusta State. The Falcons played hard with the sophomore Maniati leading the way with 16 kills and senior Rachel Wititsky breaking her own single-game record, recording 30 digs in the three-game match. The final saw pull it out 3-1.
In the nightcap of the Coca-Cola Tri-Match, the Falcons faced Alabama Huntsville. Coming off the bench, freshman Michelle Walker scored a dominating 13 kills and sparked the Falcons' run to close out the Chargers. The ladies, riding that momentum from earlier in the day, won the first set narrowly 25-22, while the Chargers won the second set in pretty convincing fashion. The Falcons closed out UAH 25-19 and 25-20. Maniati added to her monstrous night with 16 kills. Also got great contributions from Michelle Carl. She had 7 kills, and Jordan Spinks had 8 kills. So the Falcons won the nightcap 3-1 over UAH. Ati added 7 digs to her performance, while Walker scored a volleyball double-double with 10 digs alongside her 13 kills. Garrison had 47 assists, and that's 92 for the day. Improved their record to 5-6. The ladies get back to action and try to even up their record as they prepare for conference home games against Armstrong Atlantic and Flagler this weekend. They then take it on the road to the Panhandle of Florida to take on the Agronauts of West Florida on Monday. If you can't make it down to the SAC, which is the home of the Falcons, to watch the games, you can watch all the action via Ustream through the Montevallo's athletics website, but we encourage you to get out there and make some noise.
Our cross-country teams traveled to Aiken, South Carolina to participate in the Bridgestone Pacer Invitational. The men started us off with an impressive 4th place overall finish. Freshman Zachary Walsh and sophomore Aaron Bush also added their names to the record books. Walsh finished the 8K with a time of 27:42, and Bush followed with a time of 27:57. They now hold the top times in the men's 8K for the university.
The women kept up the scores with a finish of 3rd place at the Bridgestone Pacer Invitational. Sophomore Inmi Matsunaga led with a 5th place finish at 24 minutes 27 seconds, while junior Haley Evans came up close with a time of 24 minutes 49 seconds. The Falcons ran with their 7 other Peach Belt teams and beat 4 of those to the finish line. Our Montevallo cross-country teams will be back on the track soon.
Friday, September 30th, the Falcons take part in the Tiger Twilight Invitational. The event is hosted by Sewanee, and the women are set to start at 4, followed by the men at 4:45. Well, the men's golf team has teed off their 2011 season. The guys boast some senior leadership as Aaron Ebert, Gonzalo Gambratoglio, and Ruwalt Vilhune look to lead the Falcons.
Yeah, the team plays in 5 tournaments this season, and they hope to use some of that senior leadership to get some victories. The guys started off in Opelika, Alabama for the Grand National Challenge at Robert Trent Jones Grand National Golf Course. The Falcons came in 3rd place with a score of 12 over behind winner Georgia Southwestern and 2nd place finisher West Georgia. The team was led by junior Mariano Lapori, who shot a decent 79 on the day, while Gambratoglio shot a 10 over.
The ladies' golf team took their talents to the Tennessee to take part in the Smoky Mountain Intercollegiate Golf Tournament. Finished 5th overall among 10 other teams, 3 of those being Peach Belt Conference opponents. Leading the way was the youngster Ashley Beck. She tied for 6th overall, highlighted by a season-low 79 second round. Megan Klein followed 8 strokes overall behind Beck. coming up for the golf teams. The guys have a tournament coming up towards the end of September. Ebert, Gambratoglio, and the gang will be at the Palencia Club in the St. Augustine, Florida on the 27th. The women won't be back in action until October 4th. They are set to host the Full Moon Barbecue Montevallo Invitational held at Timberline Golf Course in Calera.
Even though freshman golfer Andreas Morales hasn't teed up for the Falcons yet, he's created quite a buzz by being selected to represent his home nation of Mexico for the Junior Nationals Golf Tournament in Canada. Check back in upcoming episodes to see how he fared and to hear a few words from Morales himself.
If you can't get enough of Falcon Fever, we have plenty of ways to connect online.
Log on to our YouTube channel to watch past Falcon Fever episodes and to see full interviews by simply searching Montevallo for you. Now, if you're a Facebooker or a tweeter, Coleman, you can follow us at Falcon Fever.
That's right, and if you do tweet or leave comments, it will be featured on next week's episode.
All right, well, tune in next week for more highlights and interviews from around the beautiful campus of Montevallo. And until then, I'm RJ Severtsgaard.
And I'm Coleman Sears.
And we're out of here.